We entered the Affinity Space of raising a baby on November 21st, 2015. This space was previously unfamiliar to us and has since opened its doors to us with welcoming arms. We are united with other members of this Affinity Space due to a passion for wanting to expand our family and having a love for children. As we entered the Affinity Space, we were clearly newbies. This was our first child, and we immediately became part of the group with the birth of our daughter. There are, however, many masters already part of this space, ranging from our own parents to parents of other babies on the same floor we were on after giving birth to their second or third child. Is the space different for them than it is for us? No. We both have newborns that are crying in the middle of the night. We both have newborns that have yet to experience the world and have so much to learn. We are sharing this space. Portals to enter this Affinity Space vary. There are traditional methods. A husband and wife or another couple decide to expand their family and have a baby, thus entering the Affinity Space. An adult may also decide to adopt a child. Adopting a child is another portal for entering this Affinity Space. Some relatives of parents or babysitters might enter the Affinity Space of raising a baby if they take on the responsibility of the newborn and what it takes to help them grow. It is possible that in the future there will be cloning occurring in the medically scientific laboratories that could be portals also known as generators. These portals would generate babies based on particular genes or traits and thus create new content for the space. While in the hospital, different doctors and nurses were assigned to come into our room at different times to interact with us and help us organize our thoughts and behaviors in terms of giving our daughter what she needs. There was a lactation nurse who gave individual knowledge and advice on breastfeeding. There was a doctor who gave us individualized advice on when it was best to consider expanding our family even further. Some new mothers had C-sections, others had natural births. Depending on how an infant was delivered, even more individualized knowledge was given. There were 3 videos new parents were expected to watch that taught parents about shaking baby syndrome, SIDS, ways to keep an infant safe, and how to best meet the needs of a newborn. This digital tool was helpful because new parents could watch the videos at their convenience in their hospital rooms and were not expected to schedule a particular time to acquire the new information. Brochures are a form of distributed knowledge that were provided that gave even more insight on ways to interact with others to help organize the actions within the space. Both intensive and extensive knowledge are appreciated and sought. Some mothers breastfed, some formula fed. Both received a variety of extensive knowledge in regards to feeding times and amounts, but more intensive knowledge based on what they decided to do for their particular infant. Our daughter was born early and was less than 6 pounds at birth. Therefore, we received more intensive knowledge with regards to smaller babies and getting them up to a particular weight. Though there are a variety of specialists at the hospital, it was encouraged that new mothers sought even more information through resources found digitally on the internet or through word of mouth. Dispersed and tacit knowledge could be very helpful, as each baby is different and some parents would have similar experiences. Observing someone holding a baby, feeding a baby, washing a baby, changing a baby, etc. could be some of the most useful information for new parents. To participate successfully, it's best for parents to jump in and learn through hands-on practice. At least, that's what we've learned. Holding one's own baby frequently makes a parent more comfortable and more aware of how the baby likes to be held and how they need to be supported. This hands-on learning is important for the classroom environment as well. In my 4th grade classroom, we recently began to take the New York State Written Response Exemplars and taught the students how to grade written responses and how to obtain the best score possible. Giving the students the knowledge of how to score a short response not only taught the students what the scorers were looking for, but also taught the students how to score higher on written response questions. By giving the students the power and responsibility, they began to own the assignment and better understand what was expected of them. Students are then able to perform better and provide higher quality work. Whether an individual entered the space by having their own child or adopting a child, both families were expected to achieve the same outcome: raise a baby. Depending on what the different families needed, they would be provided with resources to help them succeed. For example, an adoptive parent would be unable to breastfeed, so formula would be a necessary resource to feed the baby. This support can be helpful in classrooms as well, depending on what a student is bringing with them as they enter the classroom. Some students will require different forms of support and various resources to help them reach a goal. It's important that schools are aware of what each student requires to best find success, and that schools have the means to meet these needs. Becoming a leader in this affinity space can occur through prior experience with babies, either through babysitting, having younger siblings, younger relatives, or other children. A leader is a valuable resource and can be leaned upon when a new parent has questions that will inevitably pop up during the first few years of a child's life.